Shalom. Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kakadash.
Like to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who got their fruit from. Peace and salutations to the folk of the lake. This is Great Millstone Detroit Camp. We're out here another Saturday to prophesy the downfall of this place, Babylon, the Great America. And as of just a couple days ago, 2026 according to the Gregorian calendar, and this yet again, just like 2025, man. Just in the first 3 days, we got a lot of things happening, man. You had that particular event over there in Switzerland, 40 people died, 100 other people injured, were plug caught on fire, we recently had today, Big T, Emperor T, we know they're involved, Venezuela, kidnapped their president, him and his wife, to bring them up on charges, then, Iran and Russia, man, it's a lot going on, man, just within the first 3 days. So again, as a, excuse me, as, the apostles and other brothers and even brothers under him have been saying, man, 2026 is going to be a very, very interesting year, man, because with these particular events happening, who knows what else the rest of this year has in store, Somebody got something?
Yeah, real quick, I wanted to add, and also that's going to bring more the U.S. and Russia, that's going to bring closer to war. Because I was looking up recently, this morning, that Venezuela have some political and strategic advantages from Russia. And they all coming together. They all getting ready for what? Drawn to that third world war. And regardless of what your people may think, regardless of how you got one of these failed, at the end of the day, they're really war and they're thinking they're real. They know this.
So, we can just start with that, man, because all I'm going to say, is, man, hey, tripping, man. Tripping.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 6.
A little bit.
It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear war of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right, man. We're seeing that. Wars, rumors of wars. Because again, right now, it's still a build-up to this coming Third World War. We're seeing that. North Korea, China, these different nations are up in their nuclear arsenal. Even then, with these particular, smaller wars that are happening, man, this is all taking place. This is what our Lord Yahushua was talking about, man. We should hear wars and rumors of wars, because again, wars are still taking place in the earth. Russia is united with Ukraine, because once they take over, the Russian are saying this, once they take over, Russia takes over Ukraine, then what? They're going to come after the NATO nations, man. And they're going to have to fight. So that's not going to be good on their part, which is why they're still, going at it, right? So that, nation against nation, we're seeing nation fight other nations, man. And even on a small scale, everybody's fighting right now. And even here in America, you have these different nations against each other. Of course, the Edomites are always going to be against us, as a whole, And, we're seeing it, these different nations, but the famine is still looming, man. An orchestrated famine, is going to take place. It's going to starve the people out, just like the Lord said, these are all the beginning of sorrows, man. So we're seeing this, things are going to get worse and worse as this year progresses.
Yeah, I got it. This is pertaining to what's going on over there in Venezuela. Okay, because they went got oil and everything else. Okay, now look, this is Habakkuk 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right, man. We're seeing that. It says he can't keep it at home, man. Which is why he went over there, on Christmas Day and bombed, Nigeria. And now what? Just earlier today, or if not, last night, he bombed Venezuela. The man can't stay at home. This is why he has, 1,000 military bases scattered all over the world. This man goes and invades other countries, takes their resources, and comes back. Or if they don't give up their resources or, take his money or his philosophies and doctrines, what does he do? Bomb them and hell him back. Classic America,
And real quick, I wanted just to add, that's why everybody's trying to join BRICS now. And since everybody's leaving this American system of dollar and trusting in other nations for really Russia, to back them up, that's why also the American dollar is falling. Because why? Everybody knows the dirty deeds that America have done. They know that Nagasaki is Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki is Japan. That's why Africa's the way it is. So this devil is the same. He's the same counterpart. It's Esau, Edom. Obviously, that's name one. That's that same Revelation 20. So when these nations are seeing what Esau is the problem in the earth. So that's why the beast shall hate the Lord. So what? That's when all these things come to effect for 3 times. I grab that too, actually.
Book of Habakkuk 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that leadeth himself with thick claim.
Right, man. Again, this is what he does. He goes and steals resources from, other countries. Right now, there's the main thing is African oil.
Oh, don't worry about it.
And they have oil over there. What?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
The American dollar, because the dollar is right? Which is why it says, woe to him that liveth himself with thick clay, which, goes into debt, which the Hebrew word is like batya. Because what? America's in debt right now, man. It seems like what? 30-something trillion. It's been a minute since I looked at the debt clock, but really as part of that, it's like $100 trillion, man. You'll never be able to clear that up. So again, Esau Edom is going to do what? He's going to reset everything. This is why he's getting the people ready for this digital system. That's what's coming next. And he's gradually getting the people ready. This is why he's setting up these AI data centers, getting people used to AI, getting people used to paying for things electronically instead of, with physical cash. So eventually going to be phased out. This is also why, the price of gold and silver is increasing, man. Gold is what, like over $4,000 right now. Silver is like what, $60, $70, man. So again, yeah, gold is something that the American dollar is losing its value for everyone by the day.
No, I was going to ask the brother Bear that the beast shall hate the Lord. I ain't got the page in the book that it came out. But,
pull it up on the phone, Revelation.
don't got it. Yeah, because we know that all these nations going to come against America one way or another. And it started already. So you got all these wars going on the other side of the earth. And you got what? You got wars. You got London having problems. You got San Francisco having power outages. You got all these problems around the world. Who's the cause of it? We saw it. And then you go on, forget Revelation 20, but I'm just quoting because during that period of time when Esau wasn't in power, things was decent on the earth. But now it's a chance to let loose a little season. We're in that little season seeing that what Esau Edom, right? The so-called red man, he's causing problems in the earth, causing everybody to hate him. That's why in gain, not just being a artificer, but everywhere Kane goes, he's getting kicked out. These devils got kicked out of Europe, Switzerland, France, everywhere. So now, what Esau's doing, he's trying to get that NWO, so people forget, you can forget what he did. Anybody got it?
I got it.
Yeah, read it.
This is Revelation 17 and verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sittest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
This is what eventually is going to take place. Because right now we have these different nations that are angry at America, but eventually even America's allies are going to be angry. Because again, it's going into the NATO and the EU, the different nations that are in league with America. Eventually, they're going to be angry because look at what this place is doing. Recently you had last year, you had Japan question, whether America would have its back, in a time of war. So what? Now they're looking to, get their own nukes as well, man. You had Germany, seek help from America, but what? They didn't, you know what I'm saying? America pretty much gave Germany the finger, man. So what? They looked to, France and London, for help in the midst of war. So again, man, America's allies are eventually going to turn on her, and they're going to shoot their missiles over here as well. All of the nuclear armed nations are eventually going to come up against America. Because that's defending this place. To go out by way of fire, man.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, chapter 50, and verse 23. As the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken, as Babylon become a desolation among the nations.
Right, we saw Edom, man. Because again, eventually, your baby, America is going to be destroyed, man. Because again, you go around the earth, terrorizing everybody, and come back, making it seem as though you're the good guys, man. Everyone is saying, just like the brother said, man, everyone's pretty much saying the evil deeds that America has done and is doing, man. It's not going to go unpunished. Eventually, everybody's going to be angry. This was going to take place. This place is going to go down. Somebody get Joel chapter 3. Start at verse 9. Because again, man, these nations are gearing up for war. This is the time that we're in, man. And brother can hold Ecclesiastes 3 as well.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak sing, I am strong.
Right, this is what these different nations are doing, man. North Korea just tested a missile, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't North Korea, China, they tested a missile. Russia, they tested a Satan-2 missile, which they had a broken arrow incident, which the missile launched, but what? It fell and it detonated. But during the midst of World War III, that's not going to happen. They're not going to have any broken arrows, man. One missile is going to hit another, and it's going to detonate midair, man. Notice, the spirit of the Lord is going to be in these nukes to hit their targets, man. Which the majority of them are going to hit this land, So this is what these different nations are doing. They're getting ready. They're upping their nuclear arsenal. They're exhausting their resources into their military.
Yeah, real quick, and no Iron Dome is gonna stop that. America can't stop what the Lord got going on. Brother be doing videos of basically saying New Year's same plan. This is a different year, but it's the same plan. The Lord has it all leading up to what? To return to Yahweh Shai. Well, before we get there, the MOTB, Fathers being declaring the MOTB before it happens. World War III, Yahweh Shai returned. The elected, Yahweh Shai returned the elected. So what we're going to witness these things. This ain't just something that's was talked about before and not gonna happen, Ezekiel 12 describes it. So for y'all people that don't believe, well, hey, it's in y'all face. It's gonna be too. It's getting to be too late. Scoffers are. I don't want to go too much on topic, but scoffers are getting judgment. You got people that fell out once upon a time coming back and saying that apostles and elders was right. We got all of these things happening. So it ain't a fucking coincidence. Actually, I get secular perspective. If somebody got another piece of it. If anybody got it. I got that. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse. We can start up or just get to the top of it. Yep. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, a time to cast away, a time to rent, a time to sell, a time to keep silence, a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace.
Right, man. That's the time that we're in. We're in a time of war. Because like it says in this chapter, there's a time and a season for everything, man. Because right now, it's not the time to be, indulging in folly, and mirth. Because again, we see these things that happen, and these are some very serious things that are happening. Man. That's not a light thing. This man bombed 2 countries just within a few days, man. That's crazy, literally, man. Y'all president was tripping. Y'all ain't said nothing about it. Like again, that's not a light thing, man. This man is very serious things to take place. Because again, that's not a light thing. Him going over there, bombing a country and kidnapping the president, man. So they're gonna try to arrest this man.
That's a hostage situation.
Like it is, because he claims that okay, well, we doing this to try to stop, all the drug trafficking that's coming from, Venezuela. Oh, they emptied out their prisons and sent all their criminals over here. Like, come on, man. Drugs ain't just coming from Venezuela, it's coming from other countries as well, man. But it's just an excuse for him to go over there and invade to try to steal that oil or whatever other resources are over there.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Oh, shit. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time. So, I grabbed it because we're going to be really seeing it. It's going to get worse. I think, just recently, the president recalled National Guard from Chicago, I think LA, and what's the other one? Portland, yeah. Hey man, this big 47, he's getting ready to move, and you people are oblivious and blind. Well, I'm gonna say blind. You're oblivious to the simple fact that your president is quite literally declaring war in other countries that he doesn't even belong to. So when this devil come down on you, denizens of America, then y'all gonna be cool. What's going on? Your president is behind us. So there ain't gonna be no clue. That's it.
It's Isaiah chapter 19 and 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts.
And we're seeing that, man. Trump trying to be the guy. Like, honestly, can't see that particular scripture talk about anybody else. Now, there's a possibility, but like, I just don't see it, man. Because again, it's talking about him. Because again, he has that Lord that's spoken of. everybody loved him at first. You know, when he was giving out money, you know, doing these particular things. Now what? Everybody's hating him. You know, everybody's angry at him now. You know, you still have those diehard, you know, Trumpians that I'm going to call them, you know. But the majority of people here in America are angry at this man.
Doodle back
Because of the
downtown.
things that he is doing. He said, all right, well, yeah, we're taking the tariff, you know, off of China, or we're going to put the tariff on them. But guess what? We're going to have to pay that tax, man. Because that's really all it is a tax that he put on them that the American people are going to have to pay. You know? So again, it doesn't matter that, you know, certain places you go, gas prices are low, but what? You know? You know, housing. You know, the cost of living is still increasing. The cost of food is still going up, man. You know, just the basic necessities that we need every day are increasing. But yet, you know, people are, it's just madness, man. It's straight madness. Because this man is slowly, not even slowly, but trying to say this place is still rapidly declining. And he is helping it. You know?
Real quick, I wanted to add, just like you never will this. Well, this is what but when he first ran for his first presidency, he said, "Oh, we're gonna make America great again." Did he in power? No, is he not? Is he making America great?
The only time America was great when you had the Israelites bondage. That's the only time America was truly great. You know, now if you want to be technical, you know, during the 1950s when they did the fabulous 50s, that was America's, you know, greatest time, man. You know, because what, everything was good. You know, the economy was booming. What? During the 1960s, it started to decline, man.
I think there's well in the first though.
So we know, like, again, like, America's
First one she had on
America
her.
never truly great like it was. It's what? We have the Israelites in captivity. We made every major kingdom great, man. No, tell us, these kingdoms wouldn't be shit. Honestly.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. We start at verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup
Precept.
in the Heavenly Father Yahweh's hand. That made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her
Jeremiah
wine.
49.
Therefore, the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth into heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Right, man. Like you said, Babylon is going to go to the cup. That's where it's here. You know, so what? You know, these different nations, they have drinking of the wine of Babylon. They're taking on their customs, their doctrines, their philosophies. You know, it says what? They should be angry. You know? It also says what? You know, we healed Babylon, but Babylon is not healed. So you can really see that America is declining. There is no saving this place.
Is this an iPhone or a C2?
So it doesn't matter what,
That's the right one.
you know, Trump tries to
That's
do.
the same.
Or anybody, like, there is no healing this place. The Lord is being facetious. He said we would heal Babylon, man. But there is no healing this place. There is no making America great again, man. That's it. It's over for this place. It's just going down the hill from here. It's circling the drain. You know?
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make up thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, says Jehovah. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, shall this added all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh. Yahweh. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
And right, man, that's how people are gonna view America once it's destroyed, man. Because this place is gonna be the biggest desert on the earth, man. Like it says, people that pass by are gonna hiss, man. Just, destroyed in the same fashion that ancient Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire. But it's gonna be way more devastating, man. Because just like it says, man, no one is gonna inhabit this land after the destruction takes place. Only desert creatures will dwell here. So that's the fate of this place. To go out by way of fire, man. The Americans clearly didn't learn from Sodom and Gomorrah, man. What was going on back then.
Can he get verse 20 as well?
It's Jeremiah 49 and 19. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong. But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is chosen man? Who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes, that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
Right, man. Least of the flock. Talk about Amalek, man. Because they're the head of the nation right now, man. Because the things that they're over there doing, they're going to cause World War III to take place. This is what we have to watch, what they're over there doing, man. Because they're still over there, causing havoc, man. And then they're also, causing things to happen here in America. Now they're pushing that narrative that, everyone is against them, is anti-Sim, which, his name isn't Sim, it's Shem. But what, man? They're trying to make it seem as though everyone is against them, which everybody is angry at them, man. Look at what you're doing in the earth. But what? Just like it says, the least of the flock is going to draw them out. So they're going to cause Russia and America to step in on behalf of their allies, and once that happens, then World War III is going to become a hot war.
Appreciate it. Yeah, just real quick. Anybody got Isaiah 13, dog? Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. The Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and the houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls which shall be there, and satire shall be dogs there. So I'm glad that, which is why America, they care about how the great was going to happen. Isaiah 34 mentions that ants goes into the downward chapter. And spirit of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai. The spirit of power of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, America will fall. It will be desolate. It will be empty. Nobody gonna live here. It's gonna be flat. It's gonna be dust, sand, anything. Any and everything. And these people ain't, what they say, ain't living.
That's going to be the fate of this place, America. Isaiah 34th chapter gives a very vivid description of how America's going to look, man. Once that smoke is clear, man, this place is going to be leveled, man. Nothing is going to live here except for desert.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Psalms 83 and verse 1. Psalm Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O Paul. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Paul. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
Yeah, man. These are all the enemies of the nation of Israel, man. Including this first, the tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man, because they're all confederate against us. It's like it says they're trying to cut us off from being a nation, which is why, again, they still have us in a lower state, which is why, again, they're doing these particular things, man, because they know as long as we're in a lower state, we're in sin, that the Lord, won't help us. But they didn't count on, the elect, there being a remnant, man. Because we're up to, the majority of our people who make it out of here, man. By the Lord reserved for them. These are all the nations that are against us. All of the nations, all of the heathen nations, man. You see that now, like it says, primarily Edom is against us, man. Because look at what they're doing in the earth. Primarily to the children of Israel.
I like how you mentioned saying that basically the heathens know when we are our lords, right? So I was going to grab this in Judah for Judah, that was 5. It's Judah chapter 5 and verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose against them and dwelt subtly. I'm basically saying that the heathen know when we had our lords and they basically help out our affliction. No. This actually, yeah, this is Judah chapter 5 verse 17. And whilst they sin not before their God, their power, they prosper. Because the God, Jehovah, that hated iniquity was with them, right? But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and seated them in the hill country, for it was desolate. So again, there's no light. Heathens know where we're at our lowest. That's why we got agents and setups to keep us dumbed down and low. But over in the other sides of the earth, Esau, he'll cause them straight heavy, battles, causes some diabolical acts. But what these heathens know that when we're at our lowest, they get to kick. What's that saying? Don't kick you while I'm down or stuff like that. Jesus kicking us while we're down. So, but the Lord got that elect remnant, right? That's going to bring. Well, it started with Yahweh Shai first and foremost, but bringing glory to Israel. That's it.
The nations know we're the children of Israel, man. Which is why, again, when you look at where we live, man, look at the conditions. The different heathen nations, they're profiting off of us being in the lowest state. Because they know as long as, we're in sin, that the Lord isn't dealing with us. But if we, repent and turn away from our sins, then the Lord will be with us. And they know that they can't do anything. And this is what they're afraid of, man. Because they know that once the nation of Israel, turns from their wickedness, repents from their sins, that we're going to regain power, man.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. that dwellest in the land of Uz. Cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin.
Right, man. Because eventually, just like we had to drink that cup, it's going to be passed to Esau, man. Because he was going to be taken into captivity, Because after this, destruction takes place, the kingdom covenant is going to be set up, So Israel will never sin again. We're going to be immortal. And all the nations that put us in captivity, we're going to put them in captivity, man. So I include Esau, man. So all the things that he's done unto us, he's going to be paid back for. And this is what we're waiting for. This is why, Brother brought it out earlier, Revelation 12 and 12, why this man is going to come down having great wrath in this time, man. Because he's going to be stripped of the kingdom. He'll never rule again, man. He's going to, have his last hoorah, so to speak. He's going to go crazy.
It's Revelation chapter 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Right, the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what we're patiently waiting for. To get our hands on this man, to pay him back for what he has done to us. He put us in captivity, so we're going to put him in captivity. He killed us with the sword, we're going to kill him with the sword, man. And people get upset, and offended by that. That's just how it is, man. You can't be wrong to someone and not expect to get paid back for the wrongs you did to them. It says the Lord is a just power. He allowed them to rule. So he's going to take them out of rulership, man. This man is destroying the planet Earth. He has to be taken out. Otherwise, it's like our Lord Yahushua said, except those days be shortened, there should no flesh remain. Or sluggier, Days have been shortened for the elect since before. At least those days be shortened, no flesh will remain, man. So this man has to be taken out.
Let's go here.
Which, the Spirit of the Lord, He's been sent the Spirit to give you Satan. They have some type of a hold on this place, right? Because you don't got a nuclear weapon because you're happy of something. Something is going to be in the back of your mind. So you have a nuclear weapon just in case something really does come. So I'm going to destroy it all. And I don't have to lose my position. I can just kill everything and everybody at that time, and I don't have to sit under these people anymore. So they know there's a Heavenly Father, and it's why do they know, right? But the imagination of this devil is stupid, right? It's just like a big ass kid who just make imaginary, who has used their imagination. You see a lot of this stuff is imaginary, all right? Now look at the AI. The AI is gonna blame you, all right? Let me read this. This Psalms 2:1. It says, why do the heathens rage and the people imagine the vain things? The word vain goes into, right? Empty. Vanity, empty, idle, vain, right? So it says, like the Bible says, to no purpose. So this is really no purpose. Because what? It's just gonna be fun for the Heavenly Father when it goes down. It's gonna be when they get ready to whoop your ass, it's just gonna be the drama. That drama's gonna be spiritual feel. He gonna play with you like a toy, right? This guy is a big ass kid, especially the guy that we can see, which is DJT, right? You see how much of a kid he is, right? How he acts. You don't like me, I'm gonna take my ball back. So you guys can't play basketball. You know what I mean? That's the only ball around. He's taking his ball, all right? So these are our children. Why the heathen rage and imagine the vain thing? This shit is vain that you're going to take down like Brother read Psalms 83. As a matter of fact, go back to Psalms 83 real quick. Okay? It's something that you read through all the people, but go under that, right? So go under that. I'm not going to hold you to
Psalms 83.
Yeah, so what they trying to do?
All right, go ahead. Under all those, I don't know what is that, 4, 5? After all the names of the nations?
To 9, verse
Okay,
9.
verse 9. Good.
Psalms 83 and 9. Do unto them as unto the Midianites,
Yeah, get
as to Sisera, as to David at the book of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Or and like Zeb. Yeah, all their princes as Zeba and as Zalmunna.
All right, so I want to hear what did I skip it? Did I skip it? Keep going.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of the Most High Yahweh.
So who he's going to take to the house? Well, that's dangerous. You know, I mean, it happens. I mean, you did it, but you did it with a vigor. You know how bad it was when they came through and slaughtered in 70 AD? Then they said, you know, Jake did it again. I think the Lord did put the spirit on his, I think it's, not Haman, Hadrian. He was a Jake. He was overall. He did it again. The Lord, because these niggas ain't going to learn. All right? So there's two sides to this coin. You're going to have to know the correction is coming for both sides. Okay? Go ahead. Keep reading. He said, say that, read that part again.
Make their nobles like Orb and like Zeb, yeah, all their princes as Zeba and Zalmunna.
Just read that statement again about the children.
Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of the Most High Yahweh in possession.
All right? Just keep it verbatim. Just keep it verbatim. You hear me, bro?
Okay.
Yeah, just keep it verbatim. It just, you know, because fuck these people. They come back there and Heavenly Father, they want to know them there. All right? So take the Heavenly Father's people in their possession. They did that. Shit. Many times, okay? All right? But really the major kings was what? Greece and Rome. All right? They did it.
Greece,
Right? And then the other nations did it. All right? What you got? Hold on. What you got after that? Read that.
Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind.
Right. So that blows. You know how like stubble is? It's like debris. So make them like that. Scatter their ass, right? Destroy it. Right? Stubble is chipped up, chopped up. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Job chapter 20. Oh, I got 2. This is Job chapter 20, verse 5. That the trifling of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Get that?
Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, his head shall reach unto the clouds. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Yep.
Right, man. You know, just going into Esau, Edom, because again, once again, you know, we get him into captivity, you know, what? He's going to perish. He's going to serve that long 1,000 years, and what? Obadiah 1:18 is going to take place. He's going to be done away with, man. See, it's going, just like it says, it's going to perish like his own done. You know? And then, like it says, the eye that seen him, so like nobody's going to remember what an Edomite is, man. You know? Nobody's going to remember that. His name is going to be done away with, man. You know? Because just like it also further says, you know, in that Job 20th chapter, man, because that's what this man is doing. He's looking to fulfill his reward order. But just like it says, you know, in the fullness of his sufficiency, you know, he should be in straits, meaning a position of difficulty. You know? Which is why this man is scrambling to do these particular things, man, because the Lord is only going to allow this man to get so far with his plans before he ultimately takes him out, man. You know, he's not going to fulfill his new order. He's only going to get so far and he's going to be taken out of power.
Yep. This is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 9. Because these devils like to think that, oh, we're going to rule forever. And that's also another concern. They ever thought that they shall build their house forever and ever. This is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 9. What do ye imagine against the Lord Yahweh? He will make an utter end. Affliction shall not rise up a second time. So yeah, just like the Lord said that, just like Nineveh, Nineveh fell, right? And they didn't rise up again. Now he Esau, now put this in modern day terms, Esau Edom, right? His power structure is going to fall. He's not going to rise up again. When the devil's completely removed out of power, that's it.
So God is not going to come to get us. Bishop and Payne.
Right, no,
They're not going to go for the sake of secular. So again, like I said, they're not going to rise up. They're going to go down. That's it, man. The only nation that's going to rule eternity is the Israelites, man. You know, Esau will never rule again. This is his last rulership. Which is why, again, there are nukes on the earth, man. He doesn't have these particular weapons for no reason. Because he's going to take himself out. Those Russians are Edomites, man. So, yet again, it's Edomite on Edomite crime because all these wars that are taking place are spending in between who? You know, Esau and Esau. You know? But yet, somehow, he still manages to put the finger at us as if we're the problem in the earth, man. He's the problem. You know? And I just want to mention this as well because I seen it this week. You know, I forgot this guy, Dwight Howard, man. Him of all people, he says that there should be, you know, people should serve in the military for a year, mandatorily. But don't worry, there's going to be a draft very soon. And damn right his big ass is going to be in it, man. You know? Because him of all people, you talking about the where people should serve in the military. Don't worry. The draft is coming. You're gonna be in it. All of these young niggas out here that love running around shooting shit up, they're gonna be in it. You know? You American men out here, just understand this. You get that letter in the mail. Shit. You got to go over there and fight. You're not coming back home.
You're not going to door.
It ain't no. You get that letter, they're coming. You're gonna not come with us. It ain't gonna be no, I don't want it. They're gonna snatch you up, throw your ass in that van, and hold you up.
Hey, Jatavius, Latrell, bring you out to go.
It ain't up for discussion. Either that or they're gonna throw you in jail, man. You know? Like, this is real. This is the time that we're in. We're in the time of war, man. So again, the draft is gonna take place. But what? The men in this current generation of America aren't like the men during World War I and II, man.
Shit easy to say. Shit is easy to say. We'll say it, but it's real easy for somebody like that to say, maybe not you didn't. You didn't. You know, these thoughts, especially when you old, especially when you think you ain't gonna be drafted. Especially when you think that you got it made. Check me. Oh, I got millions of dollars. Alright? These guys are just fueling their madness. Hell, fuck, regardless of going to war, they're gonna cut the lights out. They're gonna cut the water off. They're gonna do all these other things, man. And this guy's gonna sit here and just he gonna think he got I got solar power. They got EMPs. Right? So they always think they got it all. They think that matter of fact they think that dollar gonna save them.
You about to say that, bro?
You think, yo, I'm gonna pay the bill. No, you ain't. They're gonna be in there. They're gonna be at the front desk talking about, oh man, they're gonna do oh yeah, they're gonna hold a crowd of people fighting with swords in their hands. Scripture say that. Alright? They're gonna be in there. I'm like, hey, keep the gas on while they do all this. So they can go home and war and we have to come back out.
Your rent is due.
Yeah, this is your rent. Yeah, your rent is due. They gonna be like, F you, ain't that rent? No, they're gonna be people hiding in the top of the buildings that we see around us. Alright, the tallest building around the city, okay? Alright? Gonna smell like piss and shit and death. Alright? There's only gonna be people can say, oh, I got a bunker. Okay, you gonna go ahead and bunker. Go ahead, bunkers. Watch out that there's gonna be bunker busters for that, right? And your neighbor gonna be already for you. So they can see, cause you know Jake get into a size, a level of life where they think they got Edomite friends, right? You think that those Edomites don't already have you pegged if something go down. You think that if they got a plane or a helicopter to get the fuck out of Dodge, they're gonna let you in it, all right? These guys don't like us, even if we walk into their grocery store. They don't like us if we walk into their little small store, all right? Only thing they like is that green, and they want you hurry up and buy it, okay? So all these imaginary things, right? The imagination is hypocrisy of these people. To think that the things they say, our people think that the things that they did that with, they did that with Antiochus. When Antiochus went fought Ptolemy, all right, they went out there. He came back after he got Ptolemy, but then I think who came after him? The Romans. When the Romans came after him, all right. Oh. You know, it was a difference. All right. He wanted to get his money. He wanted to get his money up. He was so mad. He destroyed you. He got the rule to kill people. 2 years later, he came back. But he came back 2 years later after, and came back and came in there and was like, yeah, hey, how y'all doing? Went in, robbed him. He went and robbed him again. Fourth war chest. So, what do you think they do to us all the time? You got people going to jail for the same thing they do a week ago. And they say it don't match it up, right? They got these Epstein files. But everybody named it, but I think are they blocked out, or it's just, and you will see a name, and they just go right there, tell you and keep going by, and that motherfucker still be out there. DJT, his name in that. He got pictures. That motherfucker got jail poses with him. So that was an unfair, reasonable man. You was never gonna be the guy on his plan, although you was low. All right, so go ahead and think this. And then to you Eves, who think that you got this new doctrine going out to go get you a pink toe, Edomite, go get your Edomite dude. Oh, get him, all right, get him. When he have you on the table of rotisserie. Oh, because when the Lord switch on his evilness, oh, he goes deep. The scripture, it says it's deep. That damn evilness is deep. You thought? So it's a thing with Eve, man. I just, the only thing about it I hate when they say that shit is that you really actually think we did it before. But it makes you mad if you think we do it. That's the problem. Alright? Because we don't. We make the big. Alright? Go ahead, bring your precepts up.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rustles, so is his wickedness.
So it's wickedness. Never trust him. That's what you do. You got, as soon as you get some motherfucking money, you've done it. And I understand. Because niggas, it's a different breed. You get around, you get mad after I helped you 1,000 times, and this one time I said, you got me. Alright? But you getting a financial advisor that done robbed you. Now you back on the block. Back to pop up selling rocks again. Right? And you was a millionaire from, because you see, Jake is stupid. But that's what the Lord did. He didn't put money. I remember a movie, I forgot what this was, but he said black men don't have heads for money, finances basically. You don't have mind for how to work out money. It says never trust your enemy. You trust your enemy out of everything. Right? You know, you don't forgot what happened in the times that they come. That's why the scriptures tell you never trust our enemy. And your Babylonian church, the doctrines, all that's telling you is to trust your enemy. Turn the other cheek. That's it. Go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
Yeah.
And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
He never ever went back, went away. Never went away. Look at that smile. See that smile? That's that smile. See how that smile? Yeah, brother. Look at that uncomfortable smile. That's an uncomfortable smile. Yeah.
That's a
I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. Go ahead. So read it again.
This Ecclesiastes 12 and 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Take good heed. Are you taking heed? You gonna take heed? Or are you gonna just go ahead and you just gonna go blind? So if I tell you the water's clear, but it's known to have a lot of sharks in this water. I don't see no sharks. It looks good to me. It's only like 4 or 5 feet, but man, the sharks be in this water at this moment, right? Yes. I can see it now. Look, I'm looking. I got good eyesight. I mean, these blood, these sharks. Because you don't see them, don't mean that they ain't gonna get, they ain't sharks. There ain't no sharks in there. It don't mean that. All right? So you jump in anyway, you get your ass devoured. But that's the problem. You jump in your ass in there. And the Lord tells you not to trust your Lord. You still jumping in there. All right? Yeah, and ain't no way you can get around this camp because you still under these curses. No doubt. You got the guys that we covenant acting like they don't even know we ended it out. And now they're under the curses. But this, my man, go ahead, bro.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
So that rust returns immediately. As soon as you put that shit on the drying rack, it come right back up. All right? It was never gone. So yeah, be an idiot. You continue to think that you have a place in this society, this world, got BBS out here.
Is that like apartment up there?
Like bush.
Oh, that's
I mean, the mind of our people, right? And that's why it's gonna be they're gonna devour you at that time. Hey, you come shake your hand and stab you. That cool ass guy, that cool neighbor, or that be a fool, right? That's why the Lord has men of the Lord that's an equal mindset, right? Not these other foolish guys that mix the truth with the word, that want to be part of it. Because what you do is you start trimming your ways to seek love. You start opening up more doors, you let other doctors in, right? A lot of the doctors come from those Edomites, the hieroglyphics and all that shit. They really not heavy in that no more. That was 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. But now it's not. All right? You got they naughty and all the nations can make it. That's a Christian doctrine. It's like turn the other cheek. You hold that as you hold it wrong. It's for your brother, man. All right? But this devil knows you're a fool. He know how to let you look at a sign and make you hungry. Man, it said he watches you. Right now, they watch it. They act like they standing. Nobody watching. Yeah, they're watching. They're always watching us. Oh no, they stare at us all the time and look at us. They act like they ain't looking at us. They watch us.
Peace up.
Go ahead, brother. Y'all got it.
Real quick, two things on our situation. What's the box's name? Terrence Crawford even said on his own mouth, it doesn't matter how much money you have, some tables you're not going to be able to sit at. And then real quick, it's a Proverbs real quick. Rich and profit not in the day of wrath. I can't remember exactly where it's at. Somebody got that for me while we shot. Because truth be told, I don't think what he got and what his possession is going to save him. Yeah. You can't. How much money you make don't matter.
Ezekiel 7:19, somebody get that. Same thing we're saying. Go ahead.
But yeah, regardless of what you believe, what your financial situation is, it don't matter. That's why the other said, that's why certain days don't get into power. Because they get some money and like they don't know you. Like, nigga, who's you? Like, bro, we grew up together. It don't even matter.
Remember that they said that ladder go up, it's gonna come down. That day comes, that's coming down. Even if you are the top to that day, you can see that chick, you on the lower end. They got concentration. You're gonna see guys that's gonna be on the inside the fence. Hold on. Actually you for help. Right? So I'm going sandwich. Right? That Laffy Taffy from Beans. That Laffy Taffy Beans. Yeah, something like that. Something small.
This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh.
So that's the you're not gonna be able to be saved by your cash, like your brother was saying. So your money, your you're not gonna have FRA is gonna be out your New Jersey. You're not gonna have debits. they can turn them on or off, like the guys, whatever you said, the guy who made Rush Hour, not Rush Hour, he made changing places with Eddie Murphy. But I'm here movie, Aaron something. I'm here Russo, yeah. So you've been told, and guess what? You turning your ear. You got the prophets that deliver messages out here, man. Brothers telling you, listen, man, this devil is evil. Then you got guys that come in and fall out for this devil. That's why the Lord, you gotta have faith. You gotta hold on. You gotta know that if you hold on, there's a war, all right? Because you don't want to be put. First of all, get put in circumstances that's to come, and then the Lord burn you.
Preach up,
Shit.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bring it.
real quick, I got this Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 4. Riches prosper not in the day of wrath, but righteousness, deliverance, and death. So, yeah. So, whatever, financial situation, how much you own, how many valuable possessions you have at this time, it's not gonna matter. But everything's moving into electronic and technology. That little thing you want to insert, you're gonna need that. You ain't gonna the paper don't matter. The value of the dollar is going down, so you entertainers and all of that, people that make that money, what y'all gonna do then? Well, we know we're gonna do what they're gonna do then, but so what? It don't matter. If the Lord ain't with you, you're finished, you're fried. That's it.
Yeah, I got just going to Jeremiah 13:23, and now we go to Ezekiel with
Ezekiel 7. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
Yeah, man. Money is something that can't be safe for anything. You know, so the White House can say, you know, whatever he wants, you know, even, you know, other entertainers, you know, rappers, athletes, your riches won't be able to save you, man. Because like I said, people are gonna cast their silver in the streets, you know. A prime example that would be the scene from I Am Legend. You know, Will Smith was in, I forgot, I think it was in the bank, I forgot where exactly it was. But you see money all over the field, man. That's going to be the reality here in America, man. Where the United States dollar is going to be weak. You know, it's going to be worthless. And what everything is going to be made visible. And this is what he's getting ready for people ready for, man.
I had it. I got Isaiah 28:15, and it reads, because ye have said we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood we have hid ourselves.
Yeah, man. You know, just because you guys you make a covenant with this man, you cut these particular deals, just like the elder said, man, that doesn't mean he's going to help you. You know? So you can sit here and think to yourselves, you know, the riches of this world and thinking that once all hell breaks loose that they'll have your back. They're not, man. You know, because there's going to be race riots out here. You have to remember, the brother read earlier in Psalms 83, what nation did this first? The tabernacles of Edom, you know? Just like the other brother brought out, you know, Surah 12 and 10, man, never trust your enemy. This is what the majority of our people are going to do out here in these last days, especially when all hell breaks loose, man. They're going to look to their enemy for help. And what? They're going to perish, you know?
This is the book of Jeremiah 13 and verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good, that are accustomed to do evil.
Yeah, man. Esau is not going to do good, man. And just like it says, if he does do good, he does it unwittingly, man. You know, because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. So understand that in these last days, again, trusting this man is the wrong thing to do. Because that's what our people are going to do, man. So once all hell breaks loose, power is out. You know, there's no food and water readily available. You know, the things that we're able to do now, you know, we're not going to be able to do. You know, so what? He's going to offer a solution, which is what? The RFID microchips. This is what he's getting the people ready for. You know, he went from 5G to now 6. Because he says he wants everything to be connected to the internet, man. This is, we're speaking
Even
about
you.
And yeah, man, because he wants everyone. So I forgot who was talking about it. It might have been Trump or somebody. But what he said that he pretty much wants, something to be monitored up under the skin. Which is roughly, paraphrasing what he said, they want to implant you with a microchip, man. They want to monitor everything that you're doing. So there won't be any more private transactions. This is why they want to do away with cash, man. And sell someone something and buy something without it being traced. They can't trace every dollar that is being spent. Right. Which is why they want to put that device in to monitor every single thing that they're doing. What you're spending your money on, what you're consuming. This man wants to be like the Most High, like it says in the scriptures, man. What? He's not. He wants to be all knowing. He wants to be all saying. This is why he's setting up these particular things. And I know brothers have been saying, like, these particular, I forgot what they call flock cameras. I think that's what they call flock cameras. They set those up at traffic lights now. I seen one where they said, they're not even necessarily reading your license plate, though they are, but they're facial recognition cameras, man.
Who's that?
So they're setting these cameras up to monitor the people so they'll know who you are. If you're a particular person of interest, that camera will take a picture of your face and alert the police, that's nearby. Like, this is getting more and more, more and more digital. Good.
Oh, this second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
But we're not ignorant of this man's devices, because you can clearly see what this is all leading up to, man. Because he's going to purposely collapse this society to bring about his new world order. And the main thing is implanting people with a microchip. People in Sweden are already ahead of America because they have it already. You may have a few people here and there in America that have it. Right now, it's voluntary. You can get one if you want, but eventually it will become mandatory. You have to get it in order to survive and connect society, man. Because everyone isn't going to get it. A lot of people will get it, but everyone isn't going to get it, man. Even though that's the goal to chip everyone. This is what, the interview between Aaron Russo and Alex Jones was about, man. What Alex Jones say, total control. That's what it's about. They want to control the people by way of this device.
Research.
Go ahead.
This is happening. I think we're going to. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the lawyer Hall answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and not tarry. And I got that was why. This NWO was in the works for a very, very long time. And we're at the latter end, so we're going to see this. So it's no coincidence what the brother said about the cameras. And then they said SBI be having basically listening. Well, we know it, but they set it up and had certain signs and buildings and hearing conversation. That's why your phone can track what you're doing. That's why your phone lists everything you're doing. That's why anytime you talk about something, the ad pop up about it.
It's not even just the phones. It's really all of this technology. Like our TVs, even if you got it off, they can still monitor you through your TV. Like your Wi-Fi, your router, they can literally see you everything in your home, man. So like this is how diabolical this man is. And he literally can spy on us with any type of technology, man. Even with football, all those transition sounds, man.
Yep.
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 You want me to pick you up?
Okay, I thought you were calling me. We're almost back at the park. We need to push the button for the elevator.
This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
Right, man. Have a clear mind. There's nothing wrong with the captain drink and sin. Let's talk about spiritually being sober, man. You know, because we can really see the things that are happening on earth that are going to reputation, place in the earth, man. So what? Because it says your adversary, the devil, walketh about like a lion, man. So Satan, the spiritual demon Satan is out here. He's doing his job, but he's trying to get us out of here, man. Which is why we have to stay strong. Which is why we also have to pay attention to the things that we have that are going on, man. Because things are going to continue to get worse.
Look at Job chapter 5 and verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Right, man. The Lord is going to disappoint this man. Just like I mentioned, in Job 20, the Lord is going to allow this man to get so far with his new world order before he is taken out of power. Because the Lord is going to allow so many people to get this chip. And then what? He's going to take them out. He's going to rain those hooks upon him. And that's the end goal of this man, to control him. Because again, that's how he's going to control him. That's how we can really see the reaction of the people, this past November. When they were threatened to shut down, the SNAP benefits. What do people do? It didn't even happen yet. Man, I'm going to the grocery store and I'm going to steal this and this. I'm going to do this, right? Yeah, women out here talking about selling it. And they didn't even shut it down, man. They just threatened to do it. That just goes to show you how desperate people are going to be. If it didn't even happen yet, people are already letting you know. Okay, well, cool. And then there also talks about it being another government shutdown. Hopefully they do it. Take the benefits away from these people. Because once that happens, then what? That's going to cause riots, man. Oh, we can't get our food stamps, so what are people going to do? They're going to storm these grocery stores, steal whatever they can, and then what? That's then going to give, Trump a reason to then, okay, well, you see, there's chaos in the streets. People are looking the grocery stores, send the guards back in. Send them to every major city this time, because we know that's what he's going to do, even though he pulled them out of, Los Angeles, Portland, in Chicago, that doesn't mean that, they're gone. They're still there. He just has them on standby because he's waiting for that perfect time once all hell breaks loose, because he's waiting for you people to lose your minds, man.
They forgot. Right now, they're back on. Right now, they're back at it, back doing the dumb shit. Forgot what just happened. And that was just a smaller level. It could get bigger. They get first shots, first, threatening the martial law come in the city. Right? They can add for a long time. MP traffic the whole. You gotta say something to these. Somebody get that Jeremiah 4:22. Man, he was there. I've been watching. I'm going to the car the whole time. There's a train coming, and your ass left the whatever this shit is. But you sat there. you sat there so long. You thought you was okay. You thought you was in good case. You thought nothing was gonna happen to you. Police roll by on the other side, they say nothing to you. Oh, nothing gonna happen. Go ahead, bro.
It was Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Sodom's children. and they have none understanding.
None understanding the what, even the simple traffic law that you pick into a train line, right? All the way up to what's about to happen in this world. That's why, because how you get information, you have to learn it somehow. And these niggas won't learn it. They will go by it. So you know what they'll do? It'll bust their brain. I think it'll bust their brain. They sit here and let them. I think it'll hurt them. What they do with the stroke? Hit their cerebral cortex. It'll hit that Medulla oblongata, whatever. God, that, man. They can't handle it. It's not for them to understand things. It's for them to just hold a sign to say here's right? It's for them to hold space, an extra in this movement. That's where they at. That's what it's supposed to be at this moment, man. They only are extra in this movement, and they don't even know. And we just watch as we go by our day, right? The Lord has had men send out, step out, and say, tell people, listen, this is about to go down. And I want to send a message to them. The black Hebrew Israelites, see if these motherfuckers step on there. Right? You hear them say all this shit that they ain't talking about. That's you think this. Jake is a stupid society people. Alright? You know, you got guys from sister black queen is the first hope is the bottom bitch. Right? So y'all get a black queen. They don't even know the word it's being a war. That's all it means. They don't even understand what they do. This man did a great job of confusing the people. That's why we're in Babylon. That's what it's called Babylon, right? The scriptures, right? That's why it's called Sodom and Gomorrah. It's everything you said. Rome and Assyria is basically the same thing. Rome and Greece is basically the same thing. It's the same thing. Right? It's the same, and you get the same reaction because Jake was chilling, relaxed. They wouldn't have changed when they said they burnt the Jews burnt the or the Christians burnt. They wouldn't have changed. They was doing this. They was chilling, eating, going. They was still just under the class that was in. The people got some thoughts that the Christians they was in the arenas. They wouldn't. They had houses. They had liberty. There you go, beautiful. They had liberty. And you got liberty, but you don't have. You're not given what they have, right? Because they got passes. They don't even have a pass. They just look the other way. It ain't even a pass. I don't know what to call that shit. You know what I mean? They just look the other way. But, you know, they still got a system of judicial. They got to keep money coming in, too. So everybody going to get hit. But shit, when it comes down to certain things, let me say the powder crack. All right. It's going to be a difference, even though it's evil both ways. Right? What was my point I was going into?
Foolish.
They're foolish. They're stupid. They're good. They're gonna hold this to Yahweh Shai come. They're gonna be done. They're just gonna be hold just. They don't even know that when they see something on the news like today. I seen that they hit Venezuela. What the fuck that mean? They pass the cereal, the checks. They pass the checks. You know, you get that welfare check. They pass the checks. Cereal, man. They you got some sugar in it. You know, pour that much. That shit was good though. We boil the sugar. But still, they love. They love it. They love to be. They love to have this. They love to be so. They love. Whatever the scriptures say, they're swift. Their feet is swift to run the mischief. Camera in their hand. Don't help the poor soul getting stumped by 17 people. Which would be stupid. They record it. They record all the stupidest shit. But they ain't gonna want this. And they don't want themselves recorded. They always laughing. Always funny. Something always funny to them. Always funny. They always laugh. Go ahead. They always. You got the scripture?
Yeah, I got two verses. So I'm gonna start off with this. This is Ezekiel chapter 2. And I'll start at verse 3. And he said unto me, son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel and to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. they and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impotent children and stiff-hearted. And do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are rebellious in the house.
Right, they're most rebellious, man. And the most rebellious, hey, the Lord, they were given this. Now they don't even know who they are. Now you telling them. They getting this across the globe, across the scroll. I'm telling you. They getting this information saying that they the Israelites, and I don't believe that. And then you get people who are scared of what can happen to themselves to the point where they want to get the license to run with the heathen. To do, and that's a place to exercise, so they wanted to get a license to learn like them, to do exactly what they do, and they love this shit, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, and back in Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 5, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Yeah, the guys you walk by, man, right? The guys you walk right by, even in Deuteronomy, all right? You know, in 18th chapter, I think 18, you said they would know the prophet among them. So you would know that there was a prophet among them. The men outside, where them guys at? That's what this gonna happen. That they downtown. They're around the block, man. They come on Saturday, you gonna see them men out there. You ain't gonna see those men out there. All right, after a while, they're gonna get us on. Sooner or later. Right? They build it up. We got a whole album. I ain't gonna say nothing like that. But we got stores down here. This shit was dilapidated when we first came down. Dilapidated. They moved us around. We got pushed back and forth. These buildings don't even look like they look now. Alright? So this shit should have fell over a long time ago. What about taking care of it? But still enough. They gonna forbear, they're gonna walk by, they're gonna get the information, they're gonna go what they say, in it one ear out the other, right after what it's supposed to. Alright? They just hold their spots. Alright? Because when you look for them, you're gonna look too late. You're looking at men that actually care. We actually care, but we don't give a fuck. Look at the top of this. You got anybody got it? Yeah, you can go here, Ron.
This is not designed for research. And it says, this is Jeremiah chapter 2, starting at verse 19. Thy own wickedness shall correct thee. Thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Note therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter. Thou hast forsaken the Lord thy power, and that my fear is not in thee, said the Lord God of hosts. For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy band. And thou sayest, I will not transgress, but upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest to claim the hunger. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy and right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Right, man. That's the state of our people, that degenerates, man. Because that's what the Lord is saying. How did you become, a degenerate plant, man? Because just like the brother read in Ezekiel, man, the Lord told Ezekiel, like, all right, I'm going to send you to a rebellious people. Like, I'm going to send you to these hard-headed niggas. They ain't going to listen to me, but they ain't going to listen to your people. And we clearly see that. Because anytime we try to teach our people, or anytime we're out here teaching, what our people do? They mock us, they scoff, they talk shit, they ignore us. And then this is how you know that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites, man. Because that's one of your attributes. Stubborn, stiff-necked, rebellious. You're hard-headed. So anytime you're told not to do something, you do the exact opposite, man. And we're out here trying to help you. Honestly, but we're in the same, spirit that our forefather Ezekiel was in, man. Fuck you niggas. Like, you don't want to listen to us. At the end of the day, we're doing our part. We're getting their blood off our hands by warning you. It's up to you. Like it says, whether they hear or whether they forbear, man. If you take heed, by all means, if you're the elect, you'll be saved. If not, you're just going to be destroyed here, man. You're going to dying sins.
It's Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it.
Now, right, man. Now, although there will be a physical famine, but that's the famine that's coming, man. You know, the famine of hearing the word of the Lord, man. Because right now, again, the word is readily available. You know, while the internet is still up, videos are going out daily. You know, the men of the Lord are still out on the street. You know, but what? Our people, they don't take heed to it, man. They're gonna wait to the last minute in true Jake fashion, as always. Wait to the last minute once all hell breaks loose to try to get this word before it's too late, man. You know? Because at the end of the day, they had time. What did they do? They wasted their time in order to follow, man. You know, coming up against the men of their own nation that's trying to help them, that tried to war them. You know, but what? They didn't take heed. So they're gonna try to look for us. You know, they're gonna search for that man. They're gonna try to search Hebrew Israelite videos, man. They're not gonna be able to find it.
Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Point 19. A servant will not be corrected by words, but though he understand, he will not answer. So the prophet's out here giving you this word of heavenly spot. I'm not trying to hear it, not trying to get correction. You know, you're going about teaching the wrong things to the people. You know, you got the rival coming out, you got these wars, all these things is happening now because we got the end of this wicked brutal age of these stuff.
We have multiple examples of this. With Moses, when he was dealing with the children of Israel in the wilderness, we got a lot of examples of this. They just forgot that 5 to 6 years ago, it was 2020, y'all was locked down in the crib, couldn't do nothing. Couldn't go out, couldn't do a doggone thing. And now, we go to McDonald's, go see the wine, go see the package, all that. Now, y'all trying to go. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 10. Actually, that's not in verse 8. I'm trying to go right before. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 8. Now go write it before them in the table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, right? Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease before us, right?
That's mine.
Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness instead thereon. Yep, so Israel trusted in what? They trust in wickedness. To the 10th power, as they say. Y'all like the I'm not saying that. Oh, well, James Trump I ain't get judged for it. Where? We gonna speak this one. Water.
Just like it says, you know, prophesying to us smooth things, man. So our people love to hear lies, man. You know, which is why, you know, a lot of them still flock to the Christian church because they wouldn't hear, oh, well, everything is going to be okay. You know, ain't nothing bad going to happen. Just continue to give us money, you know. But we're out here telling our people the truth, man, and they don't want to hear the truth, which is why they said, you know, don't tell us the truth. Prophesy to us smooth things, man. You know, because the Holy One of Israel is our Lord, man. You know, because that's, you know, the state of our people right now. They love lies, they love oppression, just like it says. They love being in this world state, man.
It's cool to be have nothing. It's cool to have nothing. I heard a girl that said, I don't know, brothers heard this or something. It was a female. She said she was in a podcast. She was upset that her friend lived. I knew I heard it. Her friends lived in the projects, and she had a mother and father. They lived in a house. Y'all heard that? Yeah. See how stupid. See how that is. See how that's the mind of the black man. See how the mind of being dumb, being having nothing, but doing crimes to get it is a cool shit, right? To do wicked, and not even having crime because you've been in the projects. The fact that you think that was something to even say, that's not just her. It's 1,000, a couple, 100,000 more people who had a good life. I seen guys who had nice lives and turn they dumbass into try to be guys who of the world, the streets and shit. And they had good parents. And you hear about them now, like, wait a minute, this was a good kid. What the fuck? He was a good dude. But hey, the ways of this world seduce them. All right, and they seduce, and the things that they do are things that the lust of the world that they want to hear rap about doing some shit, and they want to, man, what the fuck is we at? We supposed to follow your house, right? You follow the wrong deal. But guess what you get? You get a nigga's result when you come down to the whole thing, the whole matter. The result is ghettos, And we were born as we. Because we turned our back on the Lord, just the result. See, it all matches up. Now watch, look how the Lord did us. And the bigger result we got, right? Under the Lord, under the righteousness that under the righteousness that we could have had, we should have had stupid shit. I grew up in Detroit. That's a white boy that beat your ass quick, fast. You might be a Jake, you might not. Every Jake, white boy that whoop your ass, I don't know. I guess that's debatable. All right. So you over here keep on thinking that this is one of those deals, man. Like you find those all the time. You got this new thing, like I said, with Jake females go to niggas. They been doing that the whole time. Jake done left their daughters in the hood with them. They done messed with the Edomites, left their babies in those areas. And they done had a lot of Edomites. You come out, she's walking around and the whole Edomite, you can tell she's Jake. So it's just how the minds of our people is. It's just really what it's about at this point. Our people are stupid and they not gonna see this shit until the doom is at their door. Until the destruction.
It's Proverbs chapter 1, verse 24.
Anybody got anything else to be closed about?
Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity, I will mock when your fear cometh.
Luke chapter 4.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of Yahweh, they were none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof.
Alright, we're going for the granddaddy. So, once the Lord starts pouring out that judgment, they're going to the Lord elders. The Lord isn't going to hear you, because you had time to get the word, man. But just like I said, you rejected knowledge, man. So the Lord has rejected you, And that's going to be the case for most of our people. So this is why when you niggas start getting judged, we're not going to feel bad for you. We're going to laugh at you. That's how the Lord is going to laugh at you for his men, once he starts pouring out that judgment. Because a lot of you niggas use your ass for it, man.
Yeah.
It's just the God out of truth.
We're glad you started the room real quick because, we've got to ask you about the Heavenly Father multiple times. So why would y'all keep on trusting the verses, right? This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the whole to wrath. He will deliver them to your enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to your power. So what? You know, we've been ultimately, we've been getting chastised forever. Now the Lord is getting ready to move on you 2/3 and really whoop y'all. Whoop y'all.
Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Kakadash.
Salutations to the host of the Kwambakio.
Kwambakio, Shalom.